On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And off we go from Jacksonville. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion!
Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
11, Agate. 11.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1 down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
A give running right, ETN.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
11, Agate.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here we go, shot.
Patton, the man in motion. Off the play fake. Herman.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Open man is Musgrave, the tight end.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herman. Touchdown, Jaguars!
Brian Thomas.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jags are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And let me tell you, that wasn't as easy as it looked. Dancing away and moving forward for 6 yards.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. He'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Off play action. Herman.
throw caught by Musgrave.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
70 range. 70 range. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Second and 11. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
Here is third down and 4.
19 Lions.
Looking to throw. Herman.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
On first and 10, it's ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7. Seahawks 0.
Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Back to throw. Herman.
He'll find ETN out of the backfield.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
That's good for Jaguars. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Go.
On the counter, ETN.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2nd and 9 now. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Looking to throw. Herman. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up fourth down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll set up to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Oh, look at the juke. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They're going to look to throw.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes,
touchdown!
DK Metcalf.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. 19 Tiger. Ready.
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway.
Travis Etienne.
Touchdown. Jaguars.
Travis Etienne.
65 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, trying to tie this football game.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, here's Walker.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That's complete, left side to Bateman.
They find some open field here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Herman. This one is caught. It's Patton.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Back to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Now a 2nd and 6.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he
he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Seahawks 7.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs, and have that relentless. Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
Back to Walker on first down.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender, because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
On the move to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain block.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On second down, ETN once more.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
His defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
From the gun on third down, Herman.
They'll drop that underneath to ETN.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Give to Walker on the read option.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Adafe Owe in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf.
So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now back to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's Walker.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Operating from the gun, Herman.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Herman. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. He may go. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Herman. And Thomas has it. And spins away. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watched them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw now on first down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Let's go now. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Open man is Musgrave, the tight end.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. 39 yards there, a big one.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Akers looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
19 Lions.
Operating from the gun. Herman. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brian Thomas.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Jaguars answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw.
Smith and Jigba with a grab. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Walker now in 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2nd and 6. Throw left side complete. That's Peterson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
155 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. He'll look to throw. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Throwing to start the drive. Herman to the right side and complete to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys.
And a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
And they'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker.
It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll set up a throw. And it's caught.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, an all-out battle on 4th and goal, offense versus defense, and the offense won it.
And I'm just wondering what was going through the minds of the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Were they playing the run too much? Were they not focused that the whole playbook was open in that situation? Give the offensive guys a lot of credit. I just wonder what the defensive guys were thinking.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. Set. Track at 60. 18. Pioneer. Red Lion. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go.
An audible here to get a new look. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Mustang 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. Hey, check that. Check that. Street. Check smash. Check smash. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1 and one of our early